Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week here in Hanover as the Marauders have just punched one in again for the third time tonight. 21-6 they lead, and they'll kick off now from the 40-yard line. Once again, Evan Martin deep to receive the kickoff, and he will take it into the end zone, which is, once it goes into the end zone in high school, it's an automatic touchback. So they'll start it up at the 20-yard line.
Our replays are brought to you by Kasasa, a catchy word for earning cash. Ask for free Kasasa checking at Claremont Savings Bank. Qualifications and rules apply. See them for details. Member FDIC.
So Merrimack Valley taking over at the 20-yard line. 1 minute, 54 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Their first offensive possession, they look like they're moving the ball fine. Kind of stalled out the last time, and then that ugly turnover. They got to get back to moving the chains, and throws it again, intercepted.
Wow.
And another throw in coverage, into traffic, and that one's picked off by number 14. That's Connor Stafford.
Wow. And we were just talking about how Merrimack might want to run the ball a little bit more, and the first play there, picked off easy.
And that's something where 1st and 10, you've just thrown an interception, you're down 2 touchdowns, you just need to calm everyone down, run the ball, get a couple first downs, and they come out and inexplicably throw it right into coverage.
Yeah. Oof.
And especially the way that Evan Martin had run the ball on the first drive.
Right.
I don't know why they're going away from that. But either way, Marauders have the ball. Stafford drops back, and he'll throw his first pass of the night. That'll be incomplete. Attempted. That was intended for number 7, Cameron Marshall. So if you're Hanover here, you've got to be saying, hey, we're up 21-6. Punch one in here. And I know there's a lot of game left, but the momentum has completely swung to their side.
Right, yeah. If they could add a quick touchdown here, I mean, that would put Merrimack Valley in a deep hole.
And the fact that it's happened, 2 interceptions. So now Merrimack Valley's going to have to keep throwing, and they haven't done that too successfully. Stafford under center. He'll hand off to Winter, who will go up the middle for a short gain.
And Winter hits traffic.
That'll bring up 3rd and 8. Well, one thing about Hanover offense is when they have faced 3rd down, they've converted. Yet to face a 4th down, so they haven't had many of them, but when they've needed to do it, they've been able to do it. You just got to wonder if you don't want to start throwing the ball around too much, but you do want Stafford to throw some.
Right, yeah, you got to mix it up a little bit to keep the Merrimack Valley defense off balance.
And just to get some reps in there, some throws in there.
Exactly.
It's not always going to be this easy on the ground. That'll be a pitch to Mosenthal, and then he'll pitch it out to Winter. Double option, and Reed Winter gets the first down.
At first, that looked like a forward lateral, maybe, but I guess not.
Yeah, it's hard to tell from this angle, but it did look like that because he started running, and it looked like Winter had almost caught up to him. But that, you want to talk about keeping the Merrimack Valley team on their toes, well, you switched it up there.
Right. Yeah, what a great conversion there on 3rd down.
So we're inside a minute now. Could be the last play of the first quarter. Stafford will go under center. He takes most of the snaps under center with 2 running backs behind him. This one will go inside to Mosenthal, who is tackled very ugly, and a flag comes in.
Yeah, that might have been a face mask right there. Ooh, Winter is a little slow to get up.
And that was an interesting tackle. It didn't look like anything intentional. It was just the fast pace of the game and an ugly tackle.
Or excuse me, that was Alex
like he got
Mosenthal.
a high tackle around the neck.
And they are going to call a face mask on the defense. So that will bring up probably another half the distance of the goal as they're inside the 20-yard line. And automatic first down, so I would imagine it'll end up being 1st and goal.
Yeah, then Mosenthal coming off there, looking a little shaken up on that play.
Number 21, Simon Roach.
No sense in keeping him out there with the lead, the way it's going. Make sure he's ready to go back out there, give him a couple plays off.
And it was a face mask.
So they'll spot the ball down at I don't know. They say it's on the 13 on the scoreboard, but I don't believe that. I think it's at the 6-yard line. So
Yeah.
first and goal at the 6. Stafford under center. Man goes in motion. Stafford hands it off to Winter. Breaks one tackle, slips another, but met by a third defender and kept out of the end zone.
For the Marauders.
Yeah, Winter is a great job after contact, staying on his feet, fighting for extra yards.
Exactly, and that's another big thing where this guy is not just a downhill runner. He can make things happen. Well, that's going to do it for the first quarter. Hanover all over Merrimack Valley so far tonight. They lead 21-6. We'll take a quick TV timeout. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide here in Hanover as the Marauders lead the Merrimack Valley Pride 21-6.
YCN Saturday College Game Day Live features 3 exciting Division I football games every week on YCN. On September 17th at noon, Middlebury, Tennessee will be taking on Bowling Green, followed at 3:30 by Florida International at UMass, and at 7 p.m., Navy at Tulane.
And Connor Stafford with another QB sneak, and he's in the end zone, the 2-yard run, and just like that, it's another touchdown for the Marauders.
Wow, the Marauders taking a very, very dominant lead here early in this one. Be interesting to see how Merrimack Valley responds.
So Connor Stafford with 3 touchdown runs, a total of 5 yards on those 3 runs, just sneaking it. And once again, that just shows that offensive line easily creating holes.
Ooh.
A little low on that one by Salea, but he does make it through.
And
that was a bullet.
It was. So he makes it 28-6 in favor of Hanover as the second quarter is just underway. 11:56 to go. We'll take this TV timeout. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Hanover on top of the Merrimack Valley Pride 28-6. And Andrew, what has got to be going through the minds of this Merrimack Valley team right now?
Yeah, I mean, they matched the first touchdown pretty much right away with their first drive, but ever since, I mean, this game has completely changed, and we'll see how Merrimack Valley responds. I mean, 2 interceptions on their last 2 drives. You got to think they're going to go to the running game, but, who knows, because they got to keep the Marauder defense off balance.
Right, and the running game in that first drive looked very nice. I mean, maybe it wasn't as nice as the Marauder one, but it wasn't bad. And then with the 54-yard touchdown run by the QB, Evan Martin, you figured, well, let's just keep going. And unfortunately, they went to the air too many times, and I think he's thrown 3 passes, and 2 of them have been picked off. So we'll see what happens here. Martin in the shotgun. Man comes in motion. He does hand it off this time. But the runner has nowhere to go, and he's tackled for a short, maybe 1-yard gain.
Yeah, just as you were saying, their running game really looked strong in their first drive, but ever since they've been avoiding it. But
so we'll see it. Maybe they're going to start it back up here.
Right.
So we'll see a short gain there. 2nd and 9. And this time Martin will keep it himself and makes a couple defenders miss. And into the secondary, gets the first down.
Yeah, that was an impressive run, making a lot of defenders look silly there.
And that's what he did on that 54-yard run. He had to get through everybody. So they know he has the ability to do this, and you just got to think, if you're Merrimack Valley now, just keep it on the ground, get one back at a time. You can't get a 22-point touchdown.
Ooh.
Here's Evan Martin trying to make something out of nothing. Gains a couple yards. Bring up 2nd and maybe 8 yards.
Martin picks up 2.
Maybe 9. 2nd and 9. So Martin will take many of his snaps from the shotgun, and he takes this one here. He's going to throw it again, but not any time at all.
Wow. Elliott Kelly with the sack. Wow, yeah.
Big play.
Martin had nowhere to go. No one was open, held the ball too long. Ugh.
Yeah, and that's the thing with the offensive line on the other end of the spectrum. No time there at all, and he didn't even have a chance to decide to tuck it down and run. He just got sacked right away, and that'll be 3rd and 13 now, 3rd and 14 maybe.
Ooh.
Snap goes to Martin. It's a low snap. He picks it up, but it took him too long to recover, and he was sacked again in the backfield.
Again for a loss.
Elliott Kelly once again breaking through the offensive line of Merrimack Valley.
So the ball will be spotted at about the 27-yard line. They need to get to the 43. So by my math, that's 16 yards. But we'll see what's going to happen. They're going to take a timeout. Hanover's going to take a timeout before the punt. So we'll take a TV timeout as well. We'll be right back. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Hanover Marauders leading the Merrimack Valley Pride 28-6.
Stay tuned at the end of the game of our telecast for the H.R. Clough Kearsarge Heating Oil Turning Up the Heat Player of the Game, where we'll pick the top performer in tonight's game.
Evan Martin gets the punt away, had plenty of time, and Hanover sidelines yelling to get away from it as they do. Merrimack Valley touching it down. That'll be about the 47-yard line, most likely, where they spot it. Hanover will take over on the punt. And Hanover, really, we mentioned the Kearsarge, the Heating Oil and H.R. Clough Player of the Game. And right now, you got to think Connor Stafford with the 3 QB sneaks, but then also Reed Winter. He's really been a force. Just doesn't have the touchdowns to show for him. He's doing all the work, and then he's getting
the ball.
And then Stafford's getting the QB sneak. So Stafford lines up under center. He'll drop back and pass. Has a man open downfield. A beautiful catch, and he's going to go all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Hanover. Elliott Kelly, the big defenseman, also can play wide receiver.
Yeah, Elliott Kelly. Wow, I mean, Hanover is showing they have a lot of versatile players, both on offense and defense. Yeah, Elliott Kelly with a couple of sacks here, and now the touchdown catch. Great game for Kelly.
So Elliott Kelly, catch and run, 53 yards on the touchdown. And here comes the extra point. And that one is good without a question.
And Celia's kick is good again.
So Hanover extending their lead to 29 points, 35-6, 9:14 to go here in the second quarter. We'll step aside before the kickoff. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide here high atop Hanover Field, where the Marauders are leading the Pride of Merrimack Valley 35-6 as we await the kickoff here. 9:14 to go in the second quarter. And there's been many a touchback here so far for the Pride, and that's going to be another one. As we said before in high school, if it goes in the end zone, you can't run it back. So first down at the 20 for the Pride.
Watch the YCN News every weekday at 7 and 10 p.m. YCN News is a digest of all things local, news, sports, events, and public affairs in the Dartmouth Lake Sunapee region, and now available at dailyuv.com. All on YCN, your local view.
Well, we'll see if Merrimack Valley can get something going this time. Last drive, they looked like they had a start of something with some nice runs by QB Evan Martin, the senior. But then they stalled out and had to punt.
Ooh.
Snap goes over Martin's head, but the whistle is blown. Play's dead. I'm guessing that meant a false start. Usually the only reason the play would be blown dead.
The ball is blown dead.
Unless it was an offsides unabated to the quarterback, but it's going to be a false start.
On Merrimack Valley.
So Merrimack Valley already back in the 5-yard hole. 1st and 15.
Repeat first down.
35-6, 9:12 to go here in the second quarter. Hanover student section getting into it.
Yeah, they are.
Merrimack Valley getting backed up to the end zone. Another high snap, but it's corralled, and that's fumbled. His arm was not going forward. That is a fumble, and jumped on by the Marauders, number 58, Michael Stager.
Wow. Merrimack Valley offense just cannot get anything going. Lots of high snaps. Offensive line breaking down. Hanover defense just all over them.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at that one. The Marauder defense bringing the house. And no question there, his arm was not going forward. Nice job by the referees to let that one play. And then Stager pounces on it before it gets into the end zone. And Marauder ball now at the 3-yard line. First and goal. We'll see what they do here. If they just keep it on the ground. If Stafford goes up the middle to sneak. He does have number 5, Reed Winter, and number 15, Caleb Putnam in the backfield for the score.
Caleb Putnam doing a good job of just powering through the defenders, getting the touchdown for the Marauders. And now they are up 41-6. This game turned around quickly. And, you know, Hanover, they scored an opening drive touchdown, and then Merrimack Valley answered. But since then, Merrimack Valley has just been lost.
Yeah, it's been all Hanover since that one score. And really, it happened so quickly. This blowout has just kind of unfolded in front of our eyes. It hasn't been a long time. It's just been 2 terrible interceptions or terrible passes. And the extra point, finally he misses one.
And Salaya's kick is no good.
So he misses it after he had made the first 5 extra points.
21-6.
He finally misses one there. But the 2-yard rush by number 15, Caleb Putnam, gives the Marauders the 35-point lead. With 9:03 to go in the second quarter, we'll take a TV timeout. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Hanover kicking off again. Sounds like a repeat, but they're doing it for the 7th time tonight as they've scored 6 touchdowns.
And Merrimack Valley's Evan Martin.
And Evan Martin tackled there. I think it was the first one that didn't go in the end zone. And the 17-yard line, so actually a better outcome for Hanover.
Yeah, the Marauders special teams doing a good job there, limiting the Merrimack Valley field position.
As if Merrimack Valley needs any more trouble. Now they're backed up once again inside their own 20, that student section behind them. Evan Martin takes a snap. He's going to keep it, and he's going to run. He's got some space. Gets about 4 yards to the 21, and we've seen that happen many times. He'll keep the ball and run. It's when he starts trying to throw it where they get into trouble.
Yeah, you get the feeling Merrimack Valley needs to score at least a field goal before the second half to really have a chance to get back in this one.
Right. And a bobble snap by Martin, and that goes right to the ground. Marauders right there to pick it up. And we'll wait for the official signal, and it is Marauder football. Wow. Can't tell which one of the guys was in on the pile. There was a couple of them. Putnam was down there.
Marauders offense is,
and is that number 60, I believe. Robert Putnam and Caleb Putnam were both in on the recovery. Couldn't tell exactly who got it, but either way, the Marauders will take it back. And Merrimack Valley going to call a timeout. They need to regroup. They need to figure something out here. Another short field for Hanover. We'll take a TV timeout as well. We'll come right back. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide here in Hanover as the Marauders are all over the Merrimack Valley Pride. 41-6, 8:23 to go here in the second quarter.
Our replays are brought to you by Kasasa, free checking that rewards in cash each month. Ask for Kasasa at Claremont Savings Bank. Qualifications and rules apply. See bank for details. Member FDIC.
Little quick hitter there by the Marauders, and maybe that ball was fumbled.
And a quick fumble by the
It was fumbled. Couldn't really tell down there in the scrum, but it will be Merrimack Valley ball. So a costly mistake by the Marauders, a very rare mistake. And Merrimack Valley takes over at the 20-yard line. So both teams exchanging fumbles. 8:19 to go here in the second quarter. 41-6 our score. Hanover with the lead.
Yeah, let's see if Merrimack Valley, if that gives them a little momentum going forward, because they need it.
Yeah, this is the position where they almost have a second life after Hanover fumbled the ball back to them. They need to take care of it this time. And new quarterback in there with a nice pass, dropped by Evan Martin was the receiver. He dropped the pass, and it was thrown by Braden Miller, the junior QB. So it looks like a quarterback change possibly. I don't know if that's permanent or just one play.
Referees ruling that an incomplete pass. Receiver did not have full control.
Well, if the receiver was able to bring that one down, that was a pretty good play there. About
yeah,
a
that was a nice
15-yard catch.
Yeah, that was a nice pass by the new QB, and it looks like he's going to stay in. Braden Miller. Evan Martin's still in the game as the receiver, but Miller, no time there, blindsided, and a strip sack, possibly fumble recovery by the Marauders.
Yeah.
As they get to the bottom of that pile.
Merrimack Valley is going to have a tough time putting any more points up if their offensive line can't block out the Hanover defenders, and they have not been successful so far.
And it looks like Hanover did. There's no signal by the refs. There they are. They do come up with it. Hanover does come up with it. It looked like it was Nick Putnam again on the bottom of the pile, taking over.
Wow.
So, an interesting sequence here. After it looked like the Marauders couldn't do anything wrong, they get a fumble, then they fumble it, then they get another one back. So now, here's another chance. At the 15-yard line, Stafford still under center. You wonder how long Connor Stafford's going to stay in this game. But he'll take the snap here. Quick handoff to Winter, who breaks a few defenders.
Nice run.
Breaks a few tackles, and he'll get all the way down inside the 5-yard line, and Reed Winter continues to run the ball nicely.
Yeah, Reed Winter has been their horse today in terms of yardage, really moving the ball.
First and goal, Marauders.
So it'll be first and goal at the 3-yard line. Clock continuing to move inside 8 minutes here, 41-6. Hanover started out and took the lead 7-0. They have not looked back. A little bit of a misstep on a fumble, but their defense bailed them out. And here we go again, first and goal from the 3-yard line. Stafford under center. Handoff to the inside. It's going to go to the 1-yard line. Maybe that was number 15, Caleb Putnam. I couldn't really tell. See if we can get that. But either way, that was a good run up the middle. Second and goal from inside the 1, and we know what happens here when it's inside the 1-yard line. It looks like it's probably Connor Stafford time.
Right. Yeah, if Stafford quarterback sneaks this one, I mean, Merrimack Valley, they got to be ready for it.
Right, you've got to put everybody in the box and sell out for that QB sneak and say, you know, maybe you have one guy covering the receiver, but all the other 10 guys, I mean, what's this guy in the end zone, 3 yards deep in the end zone? What is the point of him standing there?
Right.
And there's the easy touchdown. Putnam up the middle. Caleb Putnam, a 2-yard run, touchdown Marauders.
Number 15, Caleb Putnam.
Yeah, at this point in the game, I mean, Merrimack Valley, I just don't see them coming back down. Now they're down 47-6. 41-point difference. Wow.
Yeah, for a while there, you could kind of say, okay, you know, maybe they get a break, something goes their way, they return a fumble or get an interception and maybe turn the tide. But now it's almost like an insurmountable deficit. And I know there's a lot of time left, still 6:35 to go in the second quarter, but this Marauders team just looking really good.
Yeah, they are. They've been dominant tonight.
But another missed extra point. So that's 2 straight missed extra points.
No good by
probably won't matter other than his statistics. But Hanover on top, 47-6, 6:35 to go here in the second quarter. We'll step aside, take a TV timeout. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide here in Hanover as the Marauders lead 47-6. And they'll kick off once again. This one is going to be fielded at the 1-yard line by Evan Martin. And he will take it off to the right side. He's got a couple men to beat. He gets by one of them. One more guy. Does he have the angle? And Evan Martin's going to go all the way to the house for a 99-yard touchdown on the kickoff return.
Wow. Evan Martin putting some life back in Merrimack Valley. Let's see if this changes the game. I mean, what a run there. And that was on the 1-yard line.
Yeah, his foot might have just been on the goal line, so they'll check the official statistics on that one. 99 or 100-yard run back. Maybe too little too late, but it can't hurt, that's for sure.
Yeah. You know, I mean, if they can score again before halftime, then maybe that would put them back in this game, but I mean, right now, that was impressive.
And that's the thing that we've seen him. He can do when he gets the ball in the shotgun snap, and he can run, he can move. So I just don't understand why they've been having him throw so much.
Right.
Marauders will take a timeout.
So Hanover's going to take a timeout, try and just get a quick breath. We'll take a TV timeout as well. We'll step aside. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week, where the Merrimack Valley Pride have just put one on the board thanks to a 99-yard kickoff return by Evan Martin. They go for 2 here.
Cleared the field.
And Martin is in the shotgun. He's back as the QB. He's going to look right, passing to a wide open receiver, and scampering in the end zone is number 14, Chase Keyser. So Merrimack Valley showing some signs of life there. 47-14, 6:14 to go here in the second quarter. And you never know. It's not over till it's over. A lot of time to go. Hanover looks really good. But on the other hand, if Merrimack Valley can do a couple of those plays, they could get back into it really quickly.
Absolutely. Tune in to YCN's Outside Television in high definition on Comcast HD Channel 713 or Channel 21 for all your outdoor adventure.
So Hanover will set up now to receive the kickoff. Merrimack Valley trying to hold on to a game that looks like it could be slipping away, but thanks to the 99-yard run by their quarterback, who hasn't done so well under center, but he shows he's a pretty darn good return man. So here comes the kickoff from Merrimack Valley. That's another little squib kick. It seems like, I don't know if they're doing that on purpose or if it's just the way it's happened, but it's happened 3 times, and it really gives Hanover good field position.
Yeah, it does. The Marauders coming out on the 40-yard line. I mean, now they have a very good chance to get another touchdown here. 40-yard line. Ugh.
And other than the one time that Hanover fumbled the ball, which they ended up getting it back anyway on another fumble, but the only one time they fumbled the ball, that's the only time they haven't scored tonight. And been a pretty perfect game plan, the way they run the ball. They had one pass that was, I think it was 1 or 2 passes. One of them was a completion for 53-yard catch and run. A little bit of confusion out on the field. One of the players running off the field. Braden, I believe that's Braden Miller, the guy who came in to play QB for 2 or 3 snaps, and now Evan Martin will come back on the field. But we're ready to go now with Connor Stafford under center once again. Couple backs behind him. He'll hand off to Mosenthal. Cuts it back up the middle and gets 6-yard gain.
He picks up 6.
We're inside 6 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Hanover up 47-14. It's been Hanover early and often. They put him in the end zone.
Yeah, the Marauders, and like you said, besides that one fumble, I mean, they've been able to do exactly what they've wanted to do tonight.
Exactly. It's been a pretty perfect game plan. You really, if you're the coach of Hanover, I mean, there's still some time to play here in the half, but you can't be too upset with the way your team has played both on offensive and defensive sides of the ball. Another handoff up the middle to Mosenthal, and he's got some blockers in front of him. He's going to be tackled, but not before. He picks up a pretty healthy gain of 25 yards or so.
33, it looks like.
Yeah, good to see that Mosenthal is okay after that hard hit in the end zone a quarter ago. He looks good.
They're going to mark it at the 33 where the forward progress was. So that's about a 29-yard gain now. And Hanover looking like they're not going to stop. Even with a 33-point lead, there's no sense in slowing down. Stafford with another inside handoff to Mosenthal. He'll dive forward for a nice 3-yard gain.
Mosenthal again getting the workload.
Spot that at the 31, so 2-yard gain on that one.
And that Hanover student section is just growing and growing.
Yeah, they're getting excited. They're going to be possibly seeing another score maybe if Hanover has their way here. They scored 21 points in the first quarter, 26 so far. 4 touchdowns in the second quarter. Trying to go in for another one. Connor Stafford behind center, and this one will be off to Reed Winter. We haven't called his name in a while. He started out pretty hot, but now they're spreading the ball around.
Yeah, they are giving him a little bit of a rest.
Gets the
but he got that one, picked up a few yards.
So it'll bring up
3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 from the 28-yard line. Looks like that's where they spotted, in between the hash marks, center of the field. And Hanover, really, you could tell their pace has been slowed, very deliberate pace. With the score the way it is, the time the way it is, you don't want to sound like or look like you're trying to run up the score, but you're not going to stop because anything can happen. So you just take it slow, take the pace, and see what the defense gives you. And that one, they gave a big hole there. The pitch to the left, and Reed Winter, a big gain. And Winter's inside the 15-yard line for another first down, another 3rd down conversion. We've talked about that. Hanover hasn't faced too many 3rd downs, but they've picked them all up.
Yes, they have. They have. Yeah, and those pitch plays to the left and right have been very effective tonight.
And right, because they've been mixing it up. They go to the inside handoff. They have a little bit of an outside rush off tackle, pitch play. They're doing quite a bit of good playbook, the variety. Stafford under center, fakes to the first man, then he gives it to Winter. It's dragged down by the jersey after he gains 4 yards.
Reed Winter again with the sweep to the outside.
Gonna mark the ball at the 11. Bad spot for Hanover. Looked like they had gotten to the 10 at least.
Yeah,
that's a solid yard and a half behind where it looked like they were.
2nd and 6 for the Marauders.
And as you mentioned, the student section getting pumped up there and getting excited. Hoping to see their 5th touchdown in this quarter on this side of the field. Stafford under center, 2nd down and 11. There's the quick little run. Excuse me, that wasn't 2nd and 11. It was on the 11-yard line, 2nd and 5.
Marauders trying to maintain control and run that clock down to get to the
They'll run it into the 7-yard line. So it'll bring up another 3rd down, 3rd and 3 from the 7, inside 2 minutes. Clock continuing to move, and we haven't seen much of this. Usually when Hanover has had the ball, they've really scored quickly. But this time, really taking their time, taking the pace, slowing it down, but still moving the ball. Another inside handoff. This one goes to, if that was Putnam in on the handoff.
Yes, I believe that was Caleb Putnam.
So spreading the ball around, and that'll be enough for a first down. So 1st and goal from the 3. Clock continuing to move.
Yeah, you could tell the Marauders would love another touchdown before the second half, and if they get that, they will have scored over 50 points in the first half. That is just a crazy amount of points. Wow.
And Merrimack Valley is going to be glad that they will receive the second half kickoff, so it's not going to be a 2-for-1 situation that we see sometimes in the NFL. Belichick likes to do.
He does.
Quick handoff to the right side, and it looks like that might be in. We'll see. Wait for the signal. Just going to be short. Putnam again. Caleb Putnam looks like he's going to be the workhorse on this drive. Inside a minute now. Will they? Now here's a situation where you could kneel it down and just go into the locker room.
Right.
But once again, do you want to just say, hey, there's a lot of time left. If it was the third quarter, you'd do that, or fourth quarter, something like that, you'd just take it easy. But still plenty of time, so we'll see what Stafford does under center.
Quarterback
sneak. A fake handoff, and then he goes for a QB sneak, and he scores his fourth touchdown of the night, I believe. That's 4 for him, another little 1-yard gain, a 1-yard touchdown run with 27 seconds to go. Puts the Marauders on top 53-14.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Merrimack Valley and you're on the goal line, they need to be expecting a quarterback sneak. 4 times tonight they've run it in from just a few yards with a quarterback sneak. I mean,
and once again, we saw the defense all spread out, and they didn't really know what was coming up. A flag on the play. Hanover will be penalized. I don't know if that was an illegal substitution or something, an extra man on the field. I believe what they had was 12 men in the huddle, and then when they broke the huddle, the guy was running off the field, and the ref stood right there, threw the flag. Move it back. It will move the ball back 5 yards. So here we go for the extra point. Hanover's missed 2 extra points in a row. And now they get no help because it's 5 yards further back. And it's no good again.
Yeah, and they've replaced Moises Salaya on the extra points with Jake Licht, the junior. And he has missed the last few, but I guess they're getting another kicker some experience, and why not in this game?
So we'll take a quick break before the final kickoff of the first half. We'll step aside on this TV timeout. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week. Welcome back to the YCN Game of the Week. Jeremy Stout, Andrew Zerhide here in Hanover as the Marauders have a commanding lead, 53-14. 27 seconds to go here in the first half. The ball falls off the tee, so they will re-tee it. Pretty calm night. I don't know what, it's been a quick breeze that came up down there. At least it's, from our vantage point, if you're familiar with the Hanover field, we are up top next to the press box, just about the 40-yard line. So we'll try it again here as Marauders kicking off. Evan Martin deep, and he'll try and take this one out, but it's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. And you saw Martin jump up to try and keep it out of the end zone, because the last time he had it, he ran it back for a touchdown, 99 yards. So the touchback is almost like not what they wanted to do.
Right. Especially
Especially the way their offense has gone.
Yeah.
With only 27 seconds to go, what do you do here? Do you try and get a couple plays, or do you just say, let's get in the locker room?
Yeah, you know, it's 26 seconds left. I mean, they could run a play, call a timeout, run another one, but it's...
You might as well just try something.
Right.
Yeah, you do risk a fumble, you do risk an interception.
Maybe a deep pass. Oh.
Not anything there. And Evan Martin with a fake handoff, and then he is tackled in the backfield. And I think that's going to do it. No timeouts left for Merrimack Valley, or they just choose not to take them. If they do have one left, there's really no sense. Clock's going to run down, so that's going to do it for the first half here. Hanover Marauders up 53-14 over the Merrimack Valley Pride. So that's going to do it for the first half. We'll come back and just talk a little bit about that first half before we head into the second half. You're watching the YCN Game of the Week.
Game of the Week is brought to you by La Valley Building Supplies, H.R. Clough, the Home Energy Specialist, Kearsarge Heating Oils, and Casasa. Free checking that pays. Ask for Casasa checking at Claremont Savings Bank.